Hey everybody, I finally got my rollers out of my head. I know I was looking ratchet, y'all, but it's okay because it's real life. You know who this is. You know who I be. This is Brandalyn Gill, CEO of Illumination Literary Publisher, two-time published author, motivational speaker, actress, and cinematic writer. You know what? My skin is glowing because I work hard, boo. And I want to share with you all that I was afraid to start writing this movie that I'm working on. Technically, I've been a cinematic writer since I was 19 years old when I wrote my first movie. But now that I'm doing this research and reading and excelling, I realized that I didn't really know what I was doing. There's a book you have to get. It's called Story by Robert McKee. You also need to get this book. It's called Making Movies by Sidney Lumet. World-renowned director. I feel like I'm in school. You know, when I quit my job, I didn't know what God had in store for me. And I still don't. But I realize now that he had in store for me to follow my actual dreams. I've wanted to be an actress. Fun fact, since I was 6 years old, when I saw the Titanic, I left out of the theater and I was crying. The movie evoked so much emotion from me. I was like, woo. Not only did I love the movie, but I wanted to do what they were doing. And then I started writing and I thought, wow, what if I wrote movies? Would that be so bad? So for those of you who do not know, I started doing academic research and writing academic papers, research papers when I was 17 years old. And that was easy for me because I'm a scholar. I love school. So funny. Have 115 credit hours and still no degree. I don't like to conform. But that was easy for me. Information gathering, processing, scrubbing websites, stuff like that is easy for me. And so is writing academic research. It's really just a formula. But, you know, when you really set out to do what you're meant to do, aside from the other great things that you can do, it's not a problem, you realize that it's scary. And it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be scary because if what you're doing every day is not scaring you anymore, it's not making you a little bit nervous, a little anxiety, a little depressed, then you're really not doing anything. You're not doing anything of value for yourself, God, or anyone else. And, you know, all it took for me was to read some books and ask some questions, and I'm not scared anymore. I'm writing a really great movie, and I know everyone says that about their work, but let's just go there. I'm an amazing writer. I've been an amazing writer since I was 10 years old when I wrote my first poem in the 5th grade, Miss Baker's class, and she told me that she wanted me to be a part of the school review. We just don't know where these journeys are going to take us. You know, I passed up a $3,500 a month salary, world-class insurance. I was just telling my daughter everything I gave up working on my last job. But you know what? I gained the world. I don't have to punch a clock anymore, you know. And someone told me if Colin Campbell in the book Start, Scale, Sell, Exit, Repeat. Colin Campbell, it's a Forbes book. He said that if you don't do anything, you have 100% chance of failure. If you do it with all your might, you have 100% rate of success. So the way that I see it is, I quit my job and put all my time into myself and my family, so we're 100% gonna succeed. Now, the time is what gets most people. Most people are not patient. What you don't know is most businesses, startups, they fail within the first 3 to 5 years. Now research is really leaning on 3 years. You have 3 years to not only, you know, not break even, but not make enough money to afford to keep the doors open, and that will not be me. because I'm latching on my dreams and I'm putting all the time into myself now, not showing up at a desk, leaving at 5:30 to get there for 7 and go to sleep because I don't want to be late, or walking a mile to the bus stop to get on one bus and then another bus, and then walk another mile from that bus stop in the freezing cold because I started in October at that job. I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to please bosses that'll never be pleased and supervisors who definitely will not because they're trying to please the boss. I don't have to do that anymore. I get to live my life. I got my life back. I got my daughter back, and I'm ready to go. You know, I was just having a talk with my business partner, my best friend in the whole wide world. Y'all know him as Uncle Larry from the In All Honesty podcast, and I was telling him it's sink or swim out here, folks. You know, there's really no in between, no gray area in this success game. You're either gonna die or you're gonna live, and you're definitely already dead if you're not doing things that you really want to do out here in these streets. You're already dead. Don't have to worry about you because you won't be there where I'm going. I'm living a real life. Everything I see on all my socials, we are blackballing TikTok. They're probably about to get banned anyway. Everything you see is me, 100%. I don't have anything to hide, and I'm not on here for show. I want this success thing. And I found about myself that when I am serious and dedicated, I get what I want because it's what God wants for me. He wants me to be happy. He wants my child to be happy. And if we want to be ridiculously and luxuriously rich, that's okay too. Because that's what people don't know. God, the universe, really is like a little lamp, the genie lamp that you do the 3 wishes, but you have unlimited wishes. The only thing is, most people are asking for things that they don't have the capacity to sustain. You don't have the character traits, you don't have the morals, you don't have the integrity, the dignity, nor the laborious spirit for what you're asking for. But if you shall culminate all those things, you will be who you want to be. You will go where you want to go. So if no one's told you today, God bless you. God bless your family. And God bless them goddamn dreams.